Hi everybody, it's Jenny Cassell. I got a lot of requests from you about how to embed a Google slide in something you've created in Canvas. This is the way that I make my weekly calendar for my students. I find that this is a really easy way to make something that's visually appealing. Canvas has a lot of editing tools, but not as many as something like Google Slides or Google Docs. So I make a lot of my own content in there, and then this is what I embed in Canvas. So here's what my sample calendar looks like for the week. This is just a table that I've made in slides. I've put my days of the week. I'll update these as when our schedule changes or if there's other special things. I put what week number it is. If the module has a name or a number in Canvas, I put that here. This year I'm going to have a row that talks about asynchronous things. These are the assignments, these activities, these lessons that students can do on their own time. And this will be a recommended time frame so that every day there is an intended learning activity, whether or not we are all together on Google Meet doing that. That's something else entirely. But here's the recommended weekly plan for students to complete their lesson. The second row has a space for synchronous content. So when are students expected to be together online live? So I'll be able to post my asynchronous assignments here and my synchronous assignments. You can hyperlink the contents of these cells to your actual assignments in Canvas if you want. I find I don't need to do that. So mine is mostly just a list, just like a planner page that would have that written down what those assignments are and expectations. So here I've made my slide. So if I want to publish this to the web, which is how you get the embed code, you go up to your file menu up here in the upper left corner, scroll down to publish to the web, and it gives you a couple options. You can create a link or you can embed. The default setting says these things, medium, every 3 seconds. Start the slideshow is unchecked. Restart the slideshow is unchecked. And here is the embed code. This is HTML. You can just copy this text right here. And the first time you do this, I think you have to click the OK button. It asks you, are you sure? And you say yes. Right? So now that I've copied this code, I'm ready to insert this into a Canvas page, a Canvas assignment, a Canvas discussion. It doesn't matter what it is. Any place where there is an edit box available for me, I can embed this code. So I'm going to go ahead and open my home page. So this is a page that I'm editing in Canvas. Could be an assignment, could be a discussion, could be a quiz, doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and actually delete. Oh my gosh, my calendar. Check it out. My computer doesn't want to do it. Let's get it. There we go. Oh no, I deleted my calendar. That ruined my life. What am I going to do? So all Canvas pages look like this. They have a rich content editor is what this is called. So you've got a big old text box and you got a bunch of tools that you can use to manipulate the text and images that you put in there. But in the upper right corner, you'll see a little hyperlinked label that says HTML editor. And if I click that, it turns everything, all the content that was on that previous screen into HTML language. So this image that I've inserted here, if I typed text, it would render it all into HTML. So I'm going to add my calendar to this page. Now, let's say I've already typed some things and after the fact I want to put my calendar in here and I'm not sure in the midst of all that code, like what if I want it in the middle? Where is that? Where do I copy and paste this in the middle of this code? Do I tack it on the end or what? Pro tip for me, like if you've got a nice paragraph about yourself somewhere on here, and you want to put your calendar, let's say, before that paragraph, I will put in a little reminder for myself. Sometimes I just do something silly, like put in a bunch of letters in a row that are obviously not the thing that I want. Or you can give yourself a little target, a little clue. So I want my calendar to go here. When I go to my HTML editor, you can see there's that text or calendar here. This, I'm going to highlight those words between the two P's. That's where I'm going to paste my code for my calendar. So I'm going to right click and choose paste because that was the last thing I copied. And you'll see it goes a bunch of HTML right here. If you look, you can see some hints that tell you pasted the right thing. It says it's a Google Doc presentation. That's a slide. It's got some other stuff on it. So that's where I've now inserted it. If you click Save, it'll render all that and return you to the saved page, and you can see your calendar. Or you can also go back to the Rich Content Editor and see your calendar right there. So I like to do that because sometimes I want to add a little more space. I want to add some returns before or after that content. I go, gosh, that looks silly. I'm going to move that later. And I can just rearrange this space a little bit like this. All right. Then I can click Save, and I've now embedded a calendar in this home page. The nice thing about using a Google slide to do this is that this slide live updates every time I change this Google slide. So if I type something in here that says, like, let's go ahead and what do we want to say today? Hi, everyone. You are doing a great job. You got this. So if I type that in my Google slide, and Google Slides are really easy to work in, right? It's easy to pop open your Google Drive and work in something. I didn't have to click anything, save anything, open a special editing screen, nothing like that. If I go back over here and reload this page, you'll see that my calendar now has that updated content. So it's very easy on Monday morning. I used to do this, and I'll continue doing this now during remote learning 2.0. On Mondays, I'll update my calendar for the week. It's really easy to just pop open a Google slideshow for each of my classes. And then what I do is when the new week comes, I make a copy of the slide, delete the content in it, update it with new dates for the new week. And then when students are looking in Canvas, they have a running list every time this is a slideshow. They can go to the next slide and look at the previous week's content. So anybody who gets behind, they can go back and look at the record. A student who is absent on vacation, family member is ill, they can go back and find out what was happening last week. So I hope that helps everybody. You've got this. Take care.